following this channel for a while now, you know that I am living in Norway, but I am originally from the Philippines. So, this video, I will be talking about 10 things that I've missed about the Philippines. So, let's start from the very obvious one, which is the sun. The sun, very, very important. If you live in a cold country, especially in the West, the lack of sun is real. And once you've experienced that, you know how important the sun is in our lives. Like the sun really makes you very, very happy inside. We do have sun here in Norway, but it's not really the same if you're in Asia, if you're in a tropical country. Um, the sun is just very soothing in there. Here, there is a sun, but only maybe like 2 months or 3 months in a year if we are lucky during summertime. Um, all throughout the year, there will be sun, but it will be cold still. So definitely the sun, number one, I missed. Um, it's just so important. Like if you stay in Norway for a while, you tend to go on a different country like Spain or Portugal or Greece, places like that that is closer to Norway, just to experience sun. So definitely sun is out there, top one that I missed very much about the Philippines. Second is the beach. Very obvious. The Philippines has what 7,107 islands, so it's full of beaches. One of the best beaches in the world is found in the Philippines. We do have a beach here in Norway, but it's full of stones, rocks. It's not going to be the same as like we have in the Philippines, which is like pure sand. If you've been to Boracay, you know what I'm talking about. It's one of the best beaches in the world. It's superb. So definitely the beach. I like the sunsets, the sunrise. It's just the atmosphere of having this tropical um, vibe or this tropical weather on a beach is like definitely one that I missed about the Philippines. Okay, so next is seafood. Um, I know it's crazy. Norway has one of the best seafoods as well. The quality is very good. They have big lakes here. They have sea, so you can really get them fresh. But in the Philippines, you can definitely see different types of seafood, and they're very fresh. And it's just, I think, one of the best. Every time you go to the Philippines, you go to the wet market, you can see different types of fishes, different types of seafood in general, and they are very, very cheap as well in comparison to here. Fourthly is this will surprise everybody, but I do actually miss the noise in the Philippines. Um, if you go to the Philippines, it's very noisy everywhere you go. In the mall, they always play music. Every time you go to the toilet, sometimes there is still music because they put speakers on it. Um, where else? Just everywhere. It's just so noisy. When you go outside, it's full of jeepneys, full of people. It's just the whole vibe, the whole atmosphere is very noisy. In comparison here, it's very, very quiet in here. You can even feel your own heartbeat if you live here. It's just so quiet. You can't feel that you have neighbors, but you do have neighbors. But in the Philippines, it's just all very noisy, which is somewhat very like you missed it. It's just the whole. It's like a comfort thing, I suppose. Like when it's noisy, then you know, okay, I am in the Philippines. Next is neighbors. I miss having neighbors close to you. Um, in the Philippines, like in the afternoon, you can go out like around 5 o'clock. You can go out just outside your house and chat with your neighbors. Just have a chat or have a shinwag, as we call it in the UK. Um, so yeah, you can have a chat with them. You can just talk about things really, even though you don't know them. You just start talking to them, and you feel like you're friends already. So just having neighbors really, it's just a comfort thing. We have neighbors here, but like people here are very, they like to have their own space. So they don't really want to get close to you very much. So it's more of like an in and out thing. So you have neighbors here, you can hear them. I live in an apartment, so I can hear them upstairs just walking. Obviously, I can't hear some people down because I'm on the third floor. Um, but yeah, we do have neighbors, but it's not really the same as like in the Philippines. Next one is malls. I really miss the malls in the Philippines. And I think the malls in the Philippines are one of the best in the world. Um, I used to live in the UK. We do have malls there as well. They have big malls as well, but it's not really the same as like in the Philippines. Filipinos really like malls. It's just full of people. They tend to go there for air condition. But yeah, it's just they do really nice. They do make nice malls there. Good vibe, good atmosphere, especially on Christmas time. I think very well decorated. I just like being in the mall, so I miss those very much. We do have a mall here, but it's not really the same. Yeah, so definitely mall. I missed it. Um, Also, the food in the Philippines, most particularly the fast food, which is Jollibee. Now, Jollibee is very very Filipino. It's their own brand. It's like a McDonald's. It's an equivalent of McDonald's, but yeah, Jollibee is a big franchise. So that we don't have Jollibee here. That's why. Um, when I live in the UK, they've just opened Jollibee in London, but there's only one branch, and it was full of Filipino people, as you can imagine. In Norway, there's definitely no Jollibee, and I don't think there will ever be a Jollibee here. So it's just one thing that every time I go to the Philippines, Jollibee is always out there. Like I can have it every day, even if you're having lunch or snack or anything, you can go there. It's delicious. So Jollibee, I really miss the most. Next is I miss friendly people in the Philippines. I know that in every country there are gonna be a lot of friendly people anyway, but the Philippines is just they're very friendly in a way that even if they don't know you, they will still like help you and talk to you. It's as if you've already know the person. Um, Here in Norway, people are really, really friendly too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like foreigners, Norwegians, they are very friendly. But obviously, you're gonna have to like either make a move yourself to talk to them, or you're gonna have to ask for help before they can talk to you. Things like that. But in the Philippines, they're like it's like they will be the one to talk to you even though you don't really know them. They just like start chatting and just like yeah, they're just very friendly people. You can actually feel that connection that oh actually they are very friendly. So I just miss them, like just being around them, being around with Filipinos in the Philippines. So next thing is festivals. I really miss, and the Philippines is number one, which is very good with festivals. Everywhere you go in different parts of places in the Philippines, they always have festivals. So where I live in Davao, we have festivals in August, which is Kadayawan. Cebu will have their own festival. Just everywhere, every parts of the Philippines, they will have their own festival, and they always make it good. So yeah, just one thing that I've missed about the Philippines is having a really, really nice and good festivals. Very colorful, very noisy, very enjoyable. It's just so much fun. Okay, and last but not the least is island hopping. I so miss doing island hopping. I am more of like a beach person rather than going into the pool. I like being at the beach. So island hopping, you will never run out in the Philippines. Like I said earlier, it's got 7,107 islands. So there's so many islands to go hopping. Um, Yes, even in a small island like Boracay, I remember like people selling us hopping island. They always call it, oh, hopping island, hopping island. Definitely, island hopping is what I miss. So every time I go to the Philippines, I try to do that. Um, I don't know with Norway. I've never really been able to do this kind of activities. There's just so many activities in the Philippines that you can't imagine doing. You can do it there. Um, Here in Norway, I've never really been to like cruising on a fjords or things like that. But I don't think that they have island hopping here. But yes, definitely, if you go to the Philippines, do an island hopping, you will never um, what you call that, you will definitely miss it once you've experienced it. It's just really fun. Just eat on the boat, drink, go to a next island, and then just enjoy it for like a couple of hours, and then move on to the next island. It's fun. I like doing it. It's just one of the best activities that you can do while you're in the Philippines. Okay, so that's it. Just I know that in the Philippines there's a lot of things that you can that there's a lot of things that you can like about that you will really miss once you leave the country. But that was just like one of the 10 things that I can think of at the moment. Missing the Philippines because here in Norway it is now winter. So the snow is coming. I know that in some parts of Norway it's already snowing. Here in Trondheim it's not snowing yet, but it is coming. So yeah, it's just one thing that once winter is coming, then you start missing being in a hot country, in a warm country. So yeah, I hope you like this video, everybody, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. So subscribe if you haven't already, and I am going to see you on my next video. Bye, guys.